My name is Kimberly, and I will be giving a brief history of the Electoral College. The Electoral College was created by the framers of the U.S. Constitution as a type of compromise. Some delegates did not want the president to be elected by popular vote because they believed the average American at the time was not well informed enough to make a decision on who to vote for. Some delegates did not want Congress to elect the president because it would lead to corruption. This led to a compromise in which intermediaries, known as electors, would be chosen to elect the president and represent the population of their states. However, this led to the question of how many electors each state would get, as 40% of the population in the South were black slaves who were not legally allowed to vote at the time. This led to the 3/5 compromise, in which black slaves counted as 3/5 of a person for the purpose of allocating electors and representatives. Thus, in part, the Electoral College was part of a political workaround for the persistence of slavery in the United States.
The United States was founded on the principles of democracy. And the first thought of every American, when democracy is mentioned, is voting in presidential election. However, the tally of the popular vote does not determine the next president. Instead, the Electoral College is the decider of who wins. The Electoral College is a body of electors established by the Constitution. Each state has a number of electoral votes that represents the population of that state and is equal to the state's total number of representatives and senators in the Congress. When Americans vote, they actually vote for a slate of electors, and the candidate who gets the majority in a state wins all its electoral votes. To win the elections, a candidate must receive a majority of the electoral votes, which is 270 out of 538 total votes.
Hi, my name is Lanby, and today I'm going to be discussing with you guys the negatives or cons of Electoral College voting. I just want to start off by saying that this system was created by the founding fathers over 200 years ago, which makes it outdated and undemocratic. It was created to weed out the ill-informed citizens to guarantee that the perfect candidate runs for presidency. However, that's not the case anymore because people are more well-educated nowadays and more well-rounded. Another con would be that it goes against the will of the people. It gives too much power to the swing states. The two recent candidates, Hillary Clinton and Al Gore, both won their popular votes by a landslide. However, they lost the presidency because they lost the Electoral College votes, and many people stopped voting after this because they felt like their votes didn't matter.
I'll be speaking about the positives of the Electoral College. A positive is that it does ensure that all of the states do participate in the selection of the new president. Another positive is that it does favor the two-party system, and it also does reduce the cost of the national presidential campaign, as well as it does provide a certainty of the outcome of the election when the popular votes are really close, so that will prevent the likelihood of recounts. And lastly, it does empower and protects minorities.